Hello. Today I'm going to talk about wisdom and fasting. Okay, so yeah, I forgot some stories I was wanting to tell about wisdom the other day on the wisdom one. And I think fasting can help help with wisdom too. Anyway, so there's a old Chinese story of some kind. I don't really know the origins, but I've heard it a few different ways and a few different times. That there's this farmer in some rural village, and his horse runs away. One of his horses runs away, and his neighbors come and say, "Oh, that's so terrible. Your horse ran away." And he says, "Maybe." And then a few days later, the horse came back with a bunch of other horses he made friends with off in the wild or whatnot. And and then one day, his son broke his arm, and his neighbors are all like, "Oh, that's sad. Your son broke his arm." And then a war broke out, so the soldiers came and took all the other sons with them to go to war, but the son with a broken arm didn't have to go, and a bunch of the sons died. And so anyway, the point is that even though something might seem bad, it might actually be really good. And and if you can keep that sort of open mind and attitude, then you know you'll have blue skies all along the way. Another wisdom thing, I didn't tell that story all that well though. I've heard it told better. Anyway, but another wisdom thing I've heard was good things come to those who wait. I think that's pretty true. My cousin told me that, but also I heard it from Heinz Ketchup my whole life, I guess. So today I'm fasting, and one of the things about fasting, I was listening to Derek Prince preaching, and he said the difference between fasting and starving or just being hungry is when you're fasting, you have food, but you don't eat it. Whereas if you're starving, you don't have food, so you don't eat. But when you're fasting, it builds discipline and it resets your body and strengthens your mind and spirit. And I have a lot of wonderful food temptations here right now. But I'm not going to eat until tomorrow, or I might even try to fast another day. But yeah, I've got these delicious bananas, and I've got some wonderful steaks that I'm really looking forward to making and eating. I've gotten pretty good at making them. And I've also got these really great meat snacks, like sort of like beef jerky, but I've got a few different ones to try. I'm really excited about trying them. But I'm going to wait a few days, at least one day, but maybe two. Depends on how ripe these bananas get. If they start getting too ripe too fast, then I'll just do a 1 day fast for this time. So I was listening to a interview between, I think it was Thomas DeLauer on YouTube and Dr. Jason Fung about fasting. And it was really interesting. And like some people, like a lot of people talk about fasting, and there's different kinds of fasts. Like you could fast and drink water. I generally always drink some water when I fast. I don't know about not drinking water fast. I haven't tried that yet. I don't know how good of an idea that is or anything. But it's gotten cold again. So, anyways, and also there's like sardine fasts and all kinds of things where the only thing you eat is sardines. And I'm sure all these things are pretty good, but after listening to Dr. Fung and Thomas's interview, I think there's some really big advantages of doing don't eat anything fast. It's okay to drink water, I think, from what I understood there. But the reason is that, what was it? Human growth hormone? I think it's human growth hormone gets released in your body after like 18 hours of fasting. And the magnitude of that goes way up the longer you fast. Like if you fast one full day, it'll be like 2 or 3 times the normal amount your body makes. And if you fast like 2 or 3 days, it might go up 5 times as much as your body normally makes. And they were saying that people pay a lot of money for those human growth hormone shots, but you can get even better levels for free just by fasting a few days or whatnot. Plus, there's a lot of other benefits from fasting, like I was saying. But yeah, growing up, I didn't really hear of anybody fasting. The only thing I ever heard of fasting was like from the Bible, but I didn't really know anybody that was actually doing it. I didn't even know that was, okay, or I thought it would be I was under the impression growing up that it's unhealthy not to eat, for days at a time, but actually it's really healthy. So that's what I'm doing. There's all kinds of wisdom stuff though that um, I could I could ramble on about, but I'd forget half of it and then have to do another ramble the next day, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, just remember, Jesus loves you.